Hello, 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 my best bookies. Today I am going to be filming my May TBR. I know I'm a bit late because I'm filming this during May, so it should be up like the first day of May or before, ideally, but that did not happen. I'm hoping to give like a little video spurt, so when this video goes up, my April wrap-up should be going along like just a couple minutes after, which is super fun and exciting. But right now I'm going to get into my May TBR, I guess. So first off, I wanted to tell you about what I'm currently reading, and that is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I'm about a third of the way through it, and I'm really enjoying it. This is very good. But so we follow our main character, Jude, and her two sisters, who were taken away from the real world when their parents were killed, when Jude was 7, and this takes place 10 years later, as they grow up in Fairy, despised by pretty much everybody. Now, it does not tell you much about it in the summary, but many of the Fae despise humans, especially Prince Cardan, the youngest and wickedest son of the High King. And to win a place at the court, she must defy him and face the consequences. And, of course, there is some apparent way that Fairy becomes endangered, and she essentially has to work with Prince Cardan, I suppose, and save the world. Essentially, kind of your cliched plot, but it is so good so far, and I'm really enjoying it. You really can tell that Holly Black knows what she is talking about with the fairy world. She's very descriptive and very random and cool and very good, and I'm enjoying it. And this fits my new release category because this is the 5th month after it came out. It came out in January and it is May, so as long as I have it finished by May, it will count as a new release. If I read it in June, it won't count as a newish release because it has to be within 5 months of it coming out. So if I read it in June, it won't count as a newish release, so I'm just squeezing it in as my last month that I can count it as such. Then I'm hoping to read Beneath the Mountain by Luca D'Andrea. This counts as my adult pick for the month. This is an adult mystery thriller. It follows a New York City native named Jeremiah Salinger, who was once quite successful, but now he's left that all behind to move with his wife Annalise and his younger daughter Clara to the remote part of Italy where Annalise grew up, called the Alto Adige. So he takes his daughter to like a canyon mountain area, I suppose you could say, one time, and he learns about, I want to say, 3 kids that were murdered there and how it's still an unsolved crime, and he becomes obsessed with finding their killer. And so it says at the end, as Salinger unearths the long-kept secrets of this small town, one by one, the terrifying truth is eventually revealed about the horrifying crime that marked an entire village. So it sounds very good, and I'm really hooked in. I got this actually in a Goodreads giveaway, so I'm looking forward to trying it out. It seems like a great thriller, and I don't read a ton of thrillers. I really enjoy them, but I don't read a ton of them. So I'm excited to get to this one. Next up, we have Ace of Shades by Amanda Foody. This was our May Book Nookers pick for the month of May, and I'm super excited about it. It sounds very good. This was my top pick out of the 12, so I'm ecstatic that it actually won this time. But we essentially follow our main character, N, and she is a proper lady. However, I believe when her mother gets sick, or something happens to her mother, she has to travel to this place called the City of Sin, where no one returns from uncriminalized? I don't know. But she essentially enlists the aid of the high crime lord named Levi, and she pays him essentially to help her find what her mother needs, I guess you could say. However, when Levi ends up getting caught in this execution game and kind of has to jump in there, enter the game, and save Levi. It sounds so good, so twisted, so dark, and so fun, and I am so in for that, and I'm very excited. I need to grab a copy of it very badly, considering it is our Book Nookers pick of the month, but that has yet to happen. And that obviously counts as our Book Nookers pick. Then we have The Girl I Used to Be by April Henry. So this is another mystery. It is a YA mystery, however, which is quite rare. So April Henry wrote The Pointless Scene duology, which I really enjoyed both of those books, and I think I'm going to be enjoying this one as well. This actually has a starred review, which I don't know that any of her other books have had starred reviews, and this is definitely one of her more popular. But we follow our main character, Olivia, whose mother was murdered and her father disappeared, and everyone thought that her father had done it. Fast forward 14 years and new evidence comes up, and everybody realizes that Olivia's father was murdered on the same day as her mother, which means it's a lot less likely that he was the killer. So now, obviously, Olivia wants to find the killer and avenge her parents. Like I said, I loved April Henry's books before. That's the only reason I'm picking this one up. I'm not intrigued by the summary really at all, but I think it's one I could enjoy simply because I've enjoyed her mysteries in the past, and it's a quick read, it looks like. It does actually have a good few words on each page, which I didn't expect considering it's so thin, but I think I'm going to enjoy it, whether quick or a long read. And this counts as my realistic pick for the month of May. Next up we have Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas, which I feel like I don't even need to give an explanation of this book, but I'm going to, even though it is ridiculously famous and pretty much everybody knows everything about this series. But we follow our main character, Selena, who is an assassin summoned to the castle. She can win her freedom if she beats 23 other assassins in this, face-off. However, over time, those 23 other assassins start getting murdered, and she realizes it's less a fight for freedom as it is a fight for survival. Sounds so good. There's definitely a magic element in here. Obviously, I'm sure you guys know Sarah J. Maas is famous. This series is famous, and it's one I really, really do need to finally get to. And let's see if it has any starter reviews. Okay, there's one starter review. Only one starter review on this one, but that's okay, because this whole series is essentially a one giant starter review. But yeah, this doesn't count as anything. This is just an extra book I'd like to get to this month, so it wouldn't be a huge deal if I didn't get to it. But it's one that's been on my TBR for some time, so I do need to get to it. Then we have Gemina by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff, the sequel to Illuminae by them. So, Illuminae was a great sci-fi book, and this obviously fits into my sequel category for this month. I'm looking forward to this book very, very much. Illuminae was quite good, but this one follows a different set of characters along with the ones from Illuminae, and I'm a bit apprehensive about that. If you don't know, this series is told in a mixed media format, so like emails and video transcriptions and audio transcriptions and stuff like that, and it is so, so well done and so cool. I've only heard better things about Gemina than I have Illuminae, so I'm excited about it. I gave Illuminae 5 stars, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to love Gemina. Then we have whatever my book of the month pick. I have decided on my 3 books for the May box for book of the month, but I'm not going to reveal those to you yet, because I want that to be a surprise when I upload my book of the month picks video. But I can tell you it definitely will be a mystery or thriller. Then we have Cinder by Marissa Meyer, which is the first book in the Lunar Chronicles, which I have been needing to read for quite some time. This is essentially a retelling of Cinderella with, cyborgs, and I don't know much more about that. And I'm okay with that because it sounds so very good, and I totally need to pick it up. It's kind of ridiculous. I haven't read the series yet, I must say, but I'm excited to finally dive into it. Then we have Frost Like Night, the sequel to Snow Ice Like Fire, which was the sequel to Snow Like Ashes. So this is the third and final book in the trilogy, and I'm really, really excited about it. Snow Like Ashes was quite good. It was enjoyable. Gave it 3.75 stars and was hooked enough to continue with the sequel, but the sequel was so much better. I gave it 4.75 stars. It was almost there, and I think this one will totally reach it. In the first book, we only heard from Myra's perspective, one of the characters. In the second book, we heard from Mather and Myra's perspective, and then in this third book, I believe we hear from Myra, Mather, and Ceridwen, which I'm ecstatic about. So if you don't know, this takes place in a world where all of the different seasons are kingdoms, and winter has been taken over by spring, but we follow our refugees as they take back winter and its magic. This is a very, all the books in this are very long, and I'm a bit, terrified of that, but I don't know how long this one is. So this is an almost 500-page novel, so definitely not a quick little read here, but I'm excited about it. I know I'm going to enjoy it just as much as Ice Like Fire, if not more, and I'm super excited to start it and get another sequel under my belt and finally finish a trilogy. And then finally we have Ash Princess by Laura Sebastian, which follows our main character Theodosia, who was very young when her kingdom was taken over and her mother was killed right in front of her. And since then she's essentially been a servant slave in her own kingdom, but she plans to change that all now. So this looks like a long book. There are a good few words on each page, not to mention the fact it's almost 500 pages in itself. So this could be a 6 or 7 day read for me, which is not something that's super making me want to pick it up, but this was one of our Book Nookers options for the month of May, and I was enticed by it enough to get a copy of it, although I still haven't gotten a copy of Ace of Shades, which I want more, but who knows. But I'm excited to read this whenever. It might not end up getting to it in May, because it doesn't actually count as anything, it's just an extra, so definitely not a top priority, and I might include this next month as a new release, to get it as like an actual goal. That would be nice, but I don't know. But those are the books I plan on reading in May. It's a few more than I probably will end up reading, but I hope to get to all of them. That would be amazing. I would have a great reading month if that happened. But anyway, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please click the subscribe button as well as the little bell icon to get notifications when I post new videos, as well as finding me on social media. You can find me at Instagram at Alex'sReadsAndReviews1, at Twitter at AlexReadReviews, at Goodreads at AlexMatthews715, and of course at YouTube at Alex's Reads and Reviews. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.